So we just met a sister from Zamboanga del Sur.
Yeah.
Whereabouts in Zamboanga del Sur? Are you from Ipil or?
Aurora, Zamboanga del Sur.
Oh, Aurora, and her name is Zelve. You've been here for like 20 years?
No, 7.
7 years.
Yes.
And her husband is a Turkish, and they have one child.
Yeah.
One daughter. Oops.
Mari, meron akong kandyan sa mga sir.
Anong pangalan mo?
Jane po.
Jane, sister siya ni Zelve. Okay ka lang i-video?
Okay lang po. Hello po. From Mindanao.
From Mindanao,
Bisaya.
Zamboanga del Sur.
Zamboanga del Sur.
Okay.
Ang layo ng kanyang native town.
Turkish Bisaya siya. Kabalo ka, Day? Kabalo? Ako, dili ako makasabot.
Kabalo ka ilang gamay.
Kabalo. Gamay ra.
Happy Sabbath!
Happy Sabbath! Say it in Turkish.
Happy Esusun! Just...
Saan ka nakabase ngayon dito sa Turkey? Sabi niya, Lebanon.
Dito ako ngayon temporarily, but I will be going back to Lebanon as soon as the ceasefire is concrete na.
Lalo pagkatapos ng Pasko.
The first 10 days are bad, but after it's good. After it's
We spent an amazing week exploring Turkey. We recalled wonderful memories as our taxi makes its way to the airport. From the moment we landed, we were captivated by its charm. Our journey began in Cappadocia, a region famous for its unique landscapes. Göreme, a town in Cappadocia, was our first stop. This place is like something out of a dream. Imagine giant rock formations shaped like mushrooms. These fairy chimneys are everywhere in Göreme. They were formed over years by volcanic eruptions and erosion. Some of them are even homes and churches. Our next adventure was the Zelve Open Air Museum. This museum is actually an ancient cave town. People used to live in these caves. We walked along the hiking trails, imagining what life was like back then. The museum even has old cave churches with faded paintings on the walls. Just a short drive away was the Imagination Valley. This place is aptly named. The rock formations here are so unusual, they sparked our imagination. We saw rocks that looked like animals, hats, and even people. It was like walking through a fantasy world. Next up was a road trip to Ürgüp, another fascinating town in Cappadocia. We went deep underground to explore an underground city. Can you believe people once lived in these underground cities to hide from invaders? It was dark, cool, and a little bit eerie. It made us appreciate the ingenuity of people in the past.
Do you go fishing?
Yeah.
Our journey continued to Ortahisar, home to a towering rock castle. This castle is huge. It's carved right into a giant rock, offering stunning views of the surrounding area. The architecture was impressive. It reminded me of how important this region has been throughout history. After visiting the castle, we stopped at an onyx store and factory. Onyx is a beautiful stone found in this region. Skilled artisans transform it into stunning jewelry and ornaments. We bought some small onyx items as souvenirs. Later, we met a funny vendor selling dried fruits. His enthusiastic sales pitch and delicious samples were hard to resist. Our last stop of the day was Pigeon Valley. This valley is named after the hundreds of pigeon houses carved into the cliffs. We also saw the Tree of Evil Eyes, a tree adorned with blue glass amulets meant to ward off bad luck. It was a fascinating glimpse into local superstitions and beliefs. The highlight of our Cappadocia trip was the hot air balloon ride on a snowy day. Waking up before dawn was worth it. As the sun rose, we soared into the sky. It was magical. We floated over the fairy chimneys, valleys and vineyards. The views were breathtaking. From above, everything looked so small and peaceful. I could see other balloons floating around us, creating a truly surreal landscape. It was an experience we will never forget. After landing, we celebrated with a champagne toast. It was the perfect way to end an unforgettable experience. That afternoon, we visited the Göreme Open Air Museum. This museum is a complex of cave churches and monasteries. The frescoes inside these churches are over 1,000 years old. They offer a glimpse into the history of Christianity in this region. We also visited Ortahisar, another town famous for its rock formations and castle. Our Cappadocia adventure ended with a scenic road trip to Kayseri, followed by a flight to Istanbul. Istanbul is a vibrant city where east meets west. We were awed by the iconic Hagia Sophia, a masterpiece of Byzantine architecture. It's amazing how this building has served as both a church and a mosque throughout history. Next, we explored the Blue Mosque, famous for its stunning blue tiles. The interior was breathtaking. We also shopped and had fun in some shops of the Grand Bazaar, a shopper's paradise. It's one of the oldest and largest covered markets in the world, filled with colorful spices, carpets and souvenirs. Our final stop was the Basilica Cistern, an underground water reservoir from Byzantine times. Walking through its cool, dimly lit chambers was like stepping back in time. To end our trip on a high note, we took a magical sunset cruise along the Bosphorus Strait. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in vibrant hues, we sailed past Istanbul's iconic landmarks. It was the perfect ending to an epic Turkish adventure we will never forget.